6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Danushka Madhavela and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. US assures all support to obtain IMF assistance. Commonwealth Secretary-General Patricia Scotland will visit Sri Lanka today to attend the nation's 75th National Independence Day celebrations. Report ordered to Cabinet on officials delaying egg imports. Courses aimed at foreign employment commenced at the provincial council level. Government allocates 16 billion rupees to purchase organic fertilizer for Maha season. Foreign news, 100 confirmed dead in Pakistan mosque blast. In sports, Chelsea have agreed a British record €120 million deal for Benfica's Argentina midfielder Enzo Fernandez. News in detail. US assures all support to obtain IMF assistance to Sri Lanka. A meeting was held yesterday between US Ambassador in Colombo, Julie Chang, and Finance State Minister Shahan Semasinghe to discuss the further support required for Sri Lanka to receive the support of the International Monetary Fund. The measures taken to achieve financial stability in the country were also discussed. The State Minister said the support of the International Monetary Fund will lay the foundation for a strong economic stability. Commenting on the steps taken by the government to achieve financial stability in Sri Lanka, the US ambassador stated that the unity of the country should be appreciated. The ambassador said that receiving the support of the International Monetary Fund will be speedy with the support of all other countries. The ambassador stated that in view of the optimistic decisions in the international creditors, Sri Lanka will achieve a more stable economy very soon, and that the US government will continue to provide all necessary support. Commonwealth Secretary-General Patricia Scotland will visit Sri Lanka today to attend the nation's 75th National Independence Day celebrations. She arrives the country after an invitation made by President Ranil Wickremesinghe. She stays in Sri Lanka until next Sunday. The Commonwealth Secretary-General is scheduled to meet several high-ranking officials in the country during her visit. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Cabinet spokesman and Mass Media Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawarthana yesterday said the President ordered a full report to be given to the Cabinet next week on certain forces that are not approving the import of eggs. He said this while speaking at the Cabinet media briefing held yesterday at the Government Information Department. Minister Gunawarthana also stated that the Trade Minister informed the Cabinet that the State Trading Corporation to import a small quantity of eggs from India and provide them to hospitals, school lunches, as well as to reduce production costs in the bakery industry rather than to the market. The minister also emphasized that it is decided that it is not possible to import eggs from India, which is the main supplier of eggs. The President has given instructions to call for this report, giving reasonable reasons for that. He said that for the upcoming Sinhala and Hindu New Year, there will be more demand for eggs than the current demand by March and April, and in such a situation, the Cabinet intends to import enough eggs to meet the essential shortage in order to prevent a large price pressure on the consumer. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says the government revenue at present is far below the monthly expenditure for the month of January 2023. The President noted that the General Treasury finds it challenging to meet all expenditure at this moment. The President said the government is in the capacity of paying salaries, pensions, welfare, pharmaceuticals and debt servicing. President Wickremesinghe stressed that the government expenditure have to be curtailed further. He also noted that the General Treasury will formulate a priority criterion for this purpose. Until then, provided relief for the public will be curtailed. Furthermore, the President pointed out that public officers should refrain from obtaining goods and services on credit basis, and any officer who violates this will be held personally responsible, the President added. The Immigration and Emigration Department had issued highest number of passports in 2022. It is a record 128% increase compared to 2021. Previously issued highest number of passports was 604,824 in 2018 and year 2022 is 772,777. Labour and Foreign Employment Minister Manusha Nanayakkara said Sri Lanka recorded the highest ever number of people migrating for foreign employment last year. The focus this year is not on achieving large numbers of expatriate workers, but sending skilled workers for foreign jobs. And that ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The Minister of Agriculture, Mahinda Amaraveera, said the government has allocated 16 billion rupees for the purchase of organic fertilizer for the 2022-2023 Maha season. The minister said that President Ranil Wickremesinghe expressed full support for the proposal presented by him in the Cabinet of Ministers for the purchase of organic fertilizer, even though there is an economic crisis in the country. Moreover, the government has worked to provide all possible reliefs to the farmers in order to make this season a success. The minister also said during a discussion held recently with the union representatives regarding the problems of agricultural research and production assistance. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
And in Watchlight this morning, the members of Public Utilities Commission have unanimously decided not to implement an interim tariff revision with a retrospective effect. The decision of the electricity sector regulators members was communicated by the PUCSL chairman Janaka Ratnayaka. Earlier this month, Ratnayaka raised concerns about the electricity tariff revision, which was green-lighted by the Cabinet of Ministers, stating that it cannot be implemented with retrospective effect pursuant to the Electricity Act. And that came to you in Watchlight. Moving on to a bulletin of world news, in the headlines, 100 confirmed dead in Pakistan mosque blast. Iran dancing couple given 10-year jail sentence. An Italian woman punched and spat on India flight. The death toll has risen to 100 people after a mosque suicide bombing which targeted policemen in the city of Peshawar in Pakistan. The mosque is within a high security zone and an investigation is underway into how the bomber got in. The attack, one of Pakistan's bloodiest in years, has left scores more injured. A Pakistani Taliban claim to have carried out the bombing was later denied by the militant group, which blamed it on a splinter faction. In the past, the Pakistan Taliban have refrained from claiming some attacks on mosques, schools or market because they say they are at war with security forces and not the Pakistani people, but many doubt such denials. On Tuesday, rescuers scrambled to retrieve worshippers buried in the rubble, pulling out 9 people alive but recovering more of the dead. No one remained trapped, local officials said. An Iranian couple in their 20s have been given jail sentences totaling 10 years after posting a video themselves dancing in the street. They were reportedly convicted for promoting corruption, prostitution and propaganda. The video showed them dancing by Tehran's Azadi Tower. Authorities are handing heavy sentences to people seen to be involved in protests after the death of a woman who was detained by morality police. The couple did not link their dance to the ongoing protests in Iran. A source has confirmed to BBC Monitoring that couple's arrest came after they posted a video to their Instagram accounts, which have a combined following of nearly 2 million. The crew of an Indian airline tied an Italian woman to a seat during a flight after she allegedly punched one member of staff and spat on another. The woman, who was travelling on a Vistara flight from Abu Dhabi, was arrested in Mumbai on Monday and later released on police bail. Her lawyer has denied the allegations, saying it is a false story, but Vistara said its staff had to restrain the woman from continued unruly conduct and violent behaviour. The Times of India newspaper reported that Vistara staff member alleged in a police complaint that the passenger punched them and spat on their colleague. According to the complaint, the crew member had objected after the woman left her economy class seat to sit in business class. The complaint also accuses a woman of stripping and littering the plane. Vistara said in a statement that the flight's captain issued a warning card and made a decision to restrain the customer because of her behavior. And back to the headlines of the world news. 100 confirmed dead in Pakistan mosque blast. Iran dancing couple given 10-year jail sentence. An Italian woman punched and spat on India flight. And that ends World News. On to development news. Sri Lanka's Navy's offshore patrol vessel SLBC Samudra left for Pakistan yesterday to take part in this year's multi-nation naval exercise Aman in Pakistan. At the directives of Commander of Navy SLBC Samudra left for the port of Karachi from Colombo to represent Sri Lanka in the 8th edition of Aman multinational naval exercise hosted by the Pakistan Navy. This year's exercise has been organized on the theme Together for Peace and Security, and it will be held in Karachi from 10th to 14th of February. Navies from 110 countries have been invited to join the multinational naval exercise. The exercise is primarily focused on maintaining peace and security in the Indian Ocean region, and it encompasses both harbour and sea faces. And that was development news. Moving on to sports news, Chelsea have agreed a British record €120 million deal for Benfica's Argentina midfielder Enzo Fernandez. The contract is not yet signed, but documents are being put together to get the deal done before Tuesday's 23 hours GMT deadline for Premier League clubs. The deal eclipses the £100 million Manchester City paid for Jack Grealish in 2021. Fernandez, who only joined Benfica for a reported £10 million in August, was the named younger player of the tournament during Argentina's World Cup triumph in Qatar. And that was sports news.
Go ekakthiyana youth ekata life eke change ekata niyamata set wenna as wahagena dakapuhina habe karanna youth ekata niyamata set wenna friendship eka menna. The all new NSB Ithru account NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Indian businessman Gautam Adani has slipped from a list of 10 of the world's wealthiest after fraud allegations against him. His firm wiped off billions of dollars of his fortune. The Adani Group denies allegations. A $2.5 billion share sale in Group's flagship company was fully subscribed yesterday despite the controversy. The Adani Enterprises, the holding company of Adani Group, share sale, which was only subscribed by half at midday yesterday, managed to scrape through in the final hours of trading after institutional investors, corporates and high net worth individuals pumped money into the country's largest follow-on public offering. The company couldn't secure support for its offering from retail or non-professional investors, though as the price of the shares in the market was lower than the public offer price following a massive sell-off. And that was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekakthiyana youth ekata life eke change ekata niyamata set wenna as wahagena dakapuhina habe karanna youth ekata niyamata set wenna friendship eka menna. The all new NSB Ithru account NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Economic news, courtesy of LONC Finance, is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LONC Finance claims the overall gold award, whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking.
In economic news, oil giant ExxonMobil reaped a record $555.7 billion in a profit last year as oil prices surged following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The total was more than double 2021's figure and is likely to renew pressure on the industry after some countries, including the UK, imposed special taxes on the profits last year. Exxon has criticized such measures as counterproductive. Last month, it sued the European Union over the new windfall tax. facts. And that was economic news.
LONC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LONC Finance claims the overall gold award, whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking. LONC Finance will continue to innovate with the next generation digitalization of financial services, delivering a superior customer experience.
And in the weather report. The Met Department says that the depression over the southwest Bay of Bengal lay centered about 180 kilometers east of Trincomalee yesterday night. It is likely to move west-southwestwards and reach east coast of Sri Lanka this morning. Cloudy sky will prevail in most parts of the island, and showers or thundershowers will occur at times. Very heavy showers, about 150 millimeters, are likely at some places in the northern, north-central, northwestern and eastern provinces. Strong winds about 50 to 60 kilometers per hour can be expected at times over the northern, north-central, eastern, northwestern and central provinces, and strong winds about 40 to 50 kilometers per hour can be expected elsewhere. And that was the report, and before we conclude this news broadcast, the headlines once again. The US assures all support to obtain IMF assistance. Commonwealth Secretary-General Patricia Scotland will visit Sri Lanka today to attend the nation's 75th National Independence Day celebrations. Report ordered to Cabinet on officials delaying egg imports. Courses aimed at foreign employment commenced at the provincial council level. Government allocates 16 billion rupees to purchase organic fertilizer for the Maha season. Foreign news, 100 confirmed dead in Pakistan mosque blast. In sports, Chelsea have agreed a British record €120 million deal for Benfica's Argentina midfielder Enzo Fernandez. And with that, we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.